welcome to Wrestling Showdown Rewind here on the W3L network every Sunday at 12 o'clock. Just like always, thank you so much for joining, liking, subscribing, etc, etc, etc. And I know that your thoughts have probably turned towards Christmas. This coming Friday, and here in the mobile studio we've not really bothered to put decorations up. We are somewhat saddened that we're not going to be able to bring you our traditional post-Christmas spectacular events that we usually do, because unfortunately COVID has meant that we're not allowed to bring you live wrestling for the time being. We do have some events scheduled, however. This is them. These are the ones that are planned for April of this year. All original tickets are still valid, but the events had to be rescheduled on a couple of occasions. They may be rescheduled again, but as soon as we know, you'll know. We'll keep you updated as to what's going on, but hopefully we can be bringing you some fantastic W3L action sooner rather than later. And when we do, Crafty Connoisseur will be back as our live event sponsor. Check out their website, make a purchase from them. They'll send stuff to your door. They'll do remote tastings as well. They've also got a messaging service. Check all that out. Hit up their social media for more details on that. And if you want to tide yourself over with more amazing W3L action just until we get up and running and we can see you in person, of course there's all the archives here on the network. There's playlists for everything. But head to W3LBoxOffice.com. Full events, compilations, even a documentary as well. All well worth seeing, all available to view via digital download right now. Go to W3LBoxOffice.com for more of that. And to help tide you over, why not treat yourself to some lovely clothing? As you know, over the past 2 weeks we've been revealing many lovely designs for new W3L t-shirts. We've got hoodies, tank tops, men's sizes, women's sizes, kid sizes, you name it, we've got them. You too can be a wrestling soldier and join the W3L army. There's some fantastic designs. Check them all out at our website. And when you're at our website, buy a fan support package. Prices begin at only a £5, so it's something that suits every single budget. You'll get DVDs, you'll get signed posters, you'll get cheap ringside tickets, and you'll get an exclusive video message from a W3L star of your choice. All that and more available at our website. More on that in just a while. But let's have this week's match. And I will start by saying that I will apologise for the camera work. As you will see, the person filming this was just holding the camera in their hand. It wasn't on a tripod or anything, so it's a bit shaky at times, but the content more than makes up for it, because we have the Tag Team Championship for grabs. One of the most legendary and destructive tag teams in WWF history is the Soviet Wrecking Crew, and they're going up against the most popular W3L Tag Team Champions in history, the Disco Biscuits. Yes, I promise you'll be making an appearance, and they are. And they are facing the Soviet Wrecking Crew, who they won the tag title from, in a flag match from the November of 2009. This is a fantastic chance for us to see not only the infamous Soviet Wrecking Crew, but also to see who we now know as Taylor Bryden and the very good Mr. Eugene Mackey back when they were the dynamic duo that had revolutionised Scottish tag team wrestling. Watch this match and tell me if there's been a better tag team than the Disco Biscuits. All I'm going to say. So it's a flag match. You have to capture the flag to win the title. Will it be the Disco Biscuits continuing their reign? Will it be the Soviet Wrecking Crew? Let's get down to ringside and find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe Fordyce here with your Wrestling Showdown Rewind, and we return to November of 2009 for this Tag Team Championship flag match, where the object of the contest is indeed to retrieve your flag, and that's how you win the contest and indeed the Tag Team Championship. Defending are the famous Disco Biscuits. I'm sure you recognise them, they're familiar with them. Arguably the most popular WCW tag team of all time. And facing them are the former champions getting a rematch, the Soviet Wrecking Crew. Anton Chernov trying to get the microphone to work here.
Why is it not? Now, here is my brother, Yorkie. And I want you all to show proper respect. So everybody chant, Yorkie! out.
Well, this crowd not showing any respect at all to Yurgi Chernov. That's him in the black and white shorts, of course. Anton Chernov in the white and the red. And they comprise the former W3L Tag Team Champions, all the way from Mother Russia. They lost the titles back at Resolution 3 in September 2009 to the Disco Biscuits. And they've been trying to get them back ever since. And it's going to be this flag match. As you can see at the left hand side, we have the saltire for the Scottish Disco Biscuits. It's also their flared tights are very much like the Scottish flag as well. But you notice that to the right hand side of the screen, the Soviet wrecking crew are using the hammer and sickle. And the reason that's surprising is, of course, in 2009 that isn't actually the flag that you would associate with the former Soviet Union. The hammer and sickle was used between 1922 and 1991, which is when the Soviet Union was effectively dissolved, and the change to the flag that they currently use is a tricolor with white, blue and red stripes. But they have chosen to use the historic one, I guess you would call it, due to them being devout communists and followers of the teachings of the late Joseph Stalin, who was the Soviet Union's leader from the 1920s. And because that's how they were brought up with his teachings, and you know how it is with Russian athletes, they're virtually trained since birth, and the Soviet wrecking crew are very much like that, trained to be the best professional wrestlers they could be, as Yurgi slaps the head of the very good Mr. UNG Mackey as we know him nowadays, sometimes known as Magic Mackey back then. He's got his eye on Anton there. And oh, Yurgi pulls Freddy the Funk off the apron, and that allows Anton to get a couple of cheap shots and now some double teaming. Of course, Freddy the Funk now Taylor Bryden, but back then that's what he was called. And the wrecking crew are absolutely wrecking Mackey. Now, the only way you win is by retrieving the flag, so there's a weird grey area. W3L management have stressed to both teams this should be fought as a tag team contest, but the referee can't really disqualify anyone for not tagging. Mackey slips out the way, and Freddy the Funk, beautiful springboard into the dropkick. You see how he just bided his time there, just waited for him to be in position and knocked him down. You can see why the Disco Biscuits became so popular so fast. Such a dynamic, fantastic tag team. Not just one of the best tag team champions in W3L history, and also one of the longest reigning as well, but I think arguably one of the best tag teams in Scottish wrestling, certainly of that era. And the two Soviets just regrouping on the floor, checking each other's wounds. What are the Disco Biscuits setting up for? Here comes Mackey. And the Chernovs duck out the way. I think they were expected to be dove upon, and they are. Freddy the Funk with the tornado rolls over the top rope and flattens both of his opponents. He's got a hold of him. Is Mackey going to go for something? We know how agile he is as he rams the Soviets' heads together and holds them in place. And Mackey flattens both men as well. Such athleticism. It's so interesting because we've seen Mackey here on Rewind before, and of course he's had solo endeavours in W3L. Freddy the Funk had sort of been around the fringes of W3L up until this point, and then they came together and they just fitted. They fitted together really well. They found they had a similar outlook, similar aesthetic. Their styles meshed very well, and they became the Disco Biscuits that we all know and love. Of course, it was no easy task, but at Resolution 3 they overcame the Soviet wrecking crew to become the tag team champions. You can see why with moves like that double stunner. What's Mackey going for here? And lands a lovely quebrada. And look at this, goes for a cover. Now that's pure instinct. Again, you have to retrieve the flag, and that's exactly what he's doing. But sometimes it's easy just to grab a leg because that's what you normally do. And Anton with a double axe handle. Mackey's so fleet of foot, you don't want to give him a moment because he will scurry up those turnbuckles. The flags aren't hugely high off the ground. See, vaults over Anton there. So it's not that hard to retrieve them, you just have to. As Anton, pops him over his shoulders.
and drives down Mackie with the Red Scare. He'd normally pin people after that, but instead tags Jurgi, who I should actually say some thanks to. We managed to get in touch with him via Google Translate. See, he goes for a cover as well, just to get some background on the Soviet wrecking crew now throttling Mackie with his foot. So thank you to Yurgi Chernov for passing on some information about he and his brother here. They made their debut back at Resolution 2 in 2008. And they basically, it took a while for them to kind of get their feet under them, if you like. But once they made a concerted effort, they smashed their way through the W3L Tag Team ranks. And in the April of 2009, as he just chokes Mackie in the corner, they won the Tag Team Championship from Mike Musso and Alan Grogan. That's two fantastic singles wrestlers, and they made for a fantastic tag team. So it was a big deal for the Soviet wrecking crew to overcome two people the level of Musso and Grogan. And they were strong tag team champs, but like I said, at Resolution 3, see Mackie immediately going for the flag, maybe realising that it's better to retrieve your flag quickly. No time to showboat, no time to show off as he gets his knee jammed at that canvas. That's going to slow his momentum down there. The Soviets, as an irate Freddie the Funk tries to charge in, the referee trying to keep this as a tag team match. That was what management kind of wanted, and it just allowed the Soviet wrecking crew to just destroy Mackie with those double axe handles. But yeah, retrieving the flag as quick as you can will be to your benefit, I think. And there was a tag made there. And Anton Chernov on the middle turnbuckle. What will he do? Mackie's ribs are exposed. Down with a double axe handle. It's going to knock the air out of his lungs. As Freddie the Funk reaches for that tag. And Mackie caught in a bad place. He's facing his partner here. And he's so close to him but can't quite get at him. Anton's got him wrapped up. Again, no pins, no submissions, it's merely retrieve the flag. Looks like Jurgi was going to try and retrieve it there, but it doesn't count. It's Mackie, look at this! Immediately, as soon as he's able to, runs at the turnbuckles and knows that the sooner, as now Anton with the wrist tape, the sooner they can get that flag down, the sooner they retain the tag team titles. They've only held the title for a couple of months. And obviously, Disco Biscuits want a long reign, if at all possible. And over the years, the Biscuits would split up and go their separate ways. We know Taylor Brydon and the contingency plan, but they got back together as Mackie being squashed in the corner with his fall with the Bronco Buster. And Freddie the Funk trying to tell the referee, who's having a really hard time, let's be honest. 4 combustible elements like this, how do you watch 4 men and keep an eye on 2 flags as well? Anton just teeing off with these rapid punches. And poor Mackie, Anton's the much bigger man here. He doesn't go for a tag, but instead grabs hold of Mackie. And a belly-to-belly suplex. And once again goes for a cover. Again, it's pure instinct. That way that they've been trained. Because the Soviet wrecking crew, they came to W3L after they'd conquered every territory in Russia, and it was what they'd been trained to do since birth. They'd been taught to be the best professional wrestlers. They were taught English, as you heard, speaking with a thick accent, but they were taught English, and so they dominated every wrestling circuit in Russia. Quite when they started, I don't know. We were unable to find out. We think maybe the mid to late 90s, as Mackie gets nailed with the Stalingrad stunner. He'll normally wrap this up. Jurgi looks pleased with himself, and rightly so. But the wrecking crew felt that Scotland was weak, its tag team division was weak and was ready to be taken over, and so they came specifically to W3L and, like I say, worked their way through the tag ranks, took down Musso and Grogan, and they dominated as a very physical tag team. You can see the moves they've been doing. Jurgi, the one that tends to use a lot of the bigger, flashier moves, maybe does the more damage. Anton taking the wrist. Mackie's caught, both hands now in that top wrist lock. Well, they can't make him submit. Can't imagine the pressure is on his lower back, however. Mackie trying to fight back up. Goes near the corner. And he muscled him into the corner there. Referee trying to get this back as a one-on-one, which is really what it's meant to be. Mackie launched it in the far corner. Oh, and Anton charged it. Mackie got his feet up. Maybe more of a glancing blow, but it was enough. And Mackie rolling over the top and slaps Anton. Mackie vaults over him. And a leg lariat. And down goes Anton Chernov. Now Mackie really could use a tag here. Again, he can't be pinned, and you see Jurgi coming in just to towel his brother down. But Mackie needs to make that tag. Because as much as he might want to run at the turnbuckles and grab the flag, I mean, he's been struggling. He's taken some solid moves. And he does. There's tags on both sides, and in comes Freddie the Funk, who's had the ignominy of having to watch his partner being flung around and double teamed. Into the corner goes Jurgi Chernov, and what's Freddie go over here? And a pile driver. That would wrap any match up. Impressive power by Freddie the Funk. He's only got better over the years, as I'm sure you will attest. He's stomping away. And the match is spilled to the floor. Well, again, there's no countouts in this, and they're fighting against the back wall. It's that solid brick wall that's been bounced off. Towards the end of 2008, the Disco Biscuits first kind of came together. As Mackie hits the ring post, and so does Freddie the Funk as well. And face first in the apron. This is getting completely out of hand. Our cameraman struggling to follow all the action. Mind you, so's the referee. And this is spilling out everywhere. I mean, it's a way of wearing down your opponents, I suppose. And bounce them off walls and slam them on the floor, as Jurgi's grabbed one in the Tag Team Championships and right into the face of Mackie. That may have knocked him out cold. That may have knocked him out cold, and that could be a sign of things to come as Jurgi walks away with the tag belt in hand. But they need to retrieve the flag. And I suppose actually, if you dispatch your opponents to the far ends of this building, it'll take them longer to get back in the ring, and they won't be able to stop you climbing the turnbuckles. Now Mackie though has been flung into the ring, and he's slowly climbing up. Now I don't know if that's just luck on the Wrecking Crew's part. I don't know if they maybe made a mistake by leaving Mackie. He's grabbed hold of that flag. Maybe they knew that he was weakened and was going to be slow in climbing, but you don't want to give Mackie an opportunity. And they pick him up, and they've got hold of him, and it's the fall of the Iron Curtain. And that spells disaster for any tag team, but not in this contest. Again, you need to retrieve the flag, and neither team's really done it. Mackie has attempted a couple of times, but the Soviets have been more content to wear down the Disco Biscuits. I think partly as Mackie gets some feet up, I think partly they're embarrassed by losing the title. I can only imagine the phone call back to Mother Russia after Resolution 3 to tell them that they'd lost the Tag Team Championship. That cannot have been pleasant, as Anton trying to stay upright. And here comes Mackie, went for the Shiranu. Oh, but get caught. Jurgi's got hold of him. And Mackie gets driven to canvas with the Communist Manifesto. So called because you end up on the far left. And he is out. I mean, he's crawled over at the corner, but if this is a singles match or even a normal tag, he would be done and dusted. Freddie the Funk running at the post. Fortunately, it's in the corner where his flag is. I don't know if maybe the Soviets are more content on revenge. Sets up. Oh, and he hit the Perestriker, but on his own brother. Fired off that super kick and missed, and clocked Anton. And this has given Mackie a little moment of respite as Jurgi checks on him. Maybe the fact they've been out for revenge has been their sticking point here, the Wrecking Crew, as Mackie takes out both men at once. And again, out of pure instinct, goes for the cover. Maybe they focus on the flag, they might have won it back. Freddie the Funk climbed the turnbuckle. The Wrecking Crew threw him in that corner. Mackie holding him down, and Freddie the Funk retrieves the saltire, and the Disco Biscuits win the match and retain the W3L Tag Team Championship. What a contest, ladies and gentlemen. You can see why the Biscuits were such a popular and such a talented tag team, and it has been great to bring you this flag match here this week on Wrestling Showdown Rewind.
Scotland's Disco Biscuits overcome Russia's Soviet Wrecking Crew to retain the Tag Team Championship. It's one of the things I genuinely love about doing Wrestling Showdown Rewind, is we get to dip into the archives and see, like the Disco Biscuits. Now, we saw just last year Mackie and Bryden reforming as the anti-meta, they would call themselves, and becoming a team again. But it's great to be able to go back and see them as the Disco Biscuits. It's also great to see the Soviet Wrecking Crew, a team who are still remembered to this day. So it's really good to be able to do that. And trust me when I say next week's match is literally one of the most well remembered and historic matches in W3L history. It has been talked about multiple times. It was a big deal at the time, and we're bringing it to you next week. What is it? Hit subscribe and you'll find out next week. But before all that, if you want to watch more W3L action, have the box office. Again, there's titles to view via digital download. We've got full live events, compilations, and the historic documentary as well. All of that will help pass the time until we can bring you live wrestling. And again, these are the dates that we currently have scheduled. They were rescheduled from April of this year. They may need to be changed again, but we will keep you updated. As soon as we know, you'll know. But currently this is what we have, and all the original tickets remain valid. Crafty Corners will be back on board as our live event sponsor for Weekend Next and bring you live events. Check them out, make a purchase from them, tell them that we said hello, and buy a fantastic W3L t-shirt. We've got ranges to suit everyone. We've got some fantastic designs. You can see them all on the website. There are just a few of them down there. But get your hands on these t-shirts. They are all brilliant. Trust me, I can tell. I've got most of them. They are really good. Get them, and also pick up a fan support package. Again, it helps you help us continue until we can bring you live wrestling. Prices begin at only £5, and for that money you're going to get cheap ringside tickets, DVDs, signed posters, and an exclusive video message of your choice. That plus DVDs, the t-shirts, all that sort of stuff is available right now from our website. It's W3LWrestling.com. Make your purchases and sign up to the mailing list while you are at it. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, join us on Instagram. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and the amount of times I say it by now you actually should have done. Make sure you use that hashtag. Tell us what you thought of the Disco Biscuits. Tell us what you thought of the Soviet Wrecking Crew. Should we see the crew back? Who would the Disco Biscuits match up well with from the modern era of Scottish wrestling? Get in touch and tell us what you think, and make your plans to come back here next week, so I'm sure you do anyway. Hit the subscribe button, you'll be notified when next week's episode is released. I've already said that it's going to be a massive match next week, and this is a historic match. Some of these matches from WTL's past have fallen into fame and infamy. This is one of them. This is one that's been talked about a lot. You will find out what it is by coming back next week. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you will not want to miss this. So make sure you are here next week. It just remains to say thank you for your continued support. Thank you for watching us as we bring new content every single week. It's Christmas on Friday, so if that's something that you celebrate, and not everybody does, then have a Merry Christmas from everybody here at W3L. We hope that you enjoy yourself as much as you can in this time of global pandemic, and we hope that again that all these episodes of Wrestling Showdown Rewind plus everything else we bring you for free on the network has helped put a smile on your face, or maybe just, you know, forget your troubles for the 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, however long the episodes are. So hope you enjoy yourselves. Have a really good Christmas and Boxing Day. I'll see you back here next Sunday on Wrestling Showdown Rewind.